Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to speak about the danger of this is what I need from you. I'm working with quite a lot of people that are either leaving a relationship or looking for the next phase of their life and their love of their life and their sacred marriage. And I see repeatedly people that are having the same situation in different relationships. They end up disappointed and they don't want to repeat that. And then it happens over and over and over again. So I've started to look at where does that come from? And what I see, and this is also somehow traced back to human design, but what I see is this habit of, like, when things go wrong and you don't feel fulfilled in a relationship, you feel disappointed, you start to kind of list the things. This is what I need. And that can actually make you not even go into a relationship because you don't see that those criteria are met. And that in one way, I mean, that's a choice. So that I think it's not in itself bad. But what I see creates problem is when you go into a relationship with the expectation of that list being fulfilled by the other, and even maybe expressing that in the beginning, like this is what I'm going to need from you. I mean, it's good with communication, but when you come to a relationship from a place of lack, this is something I don't have. I'm not a fulfilled person, so you need to fulfill me. What I see is that that's just going to amplify, and you are going to experience more of that lack. And I guess that's the law of attraction, right? So what we say in the Gene Keys for this kind of people is, like, break out of disappointment in relationship by fulfilling your own needs first. And that seems quite simple. It's very powerful though, because when you understand what it is you need and you find a way to fulfill that in yourself, then suddenly you're going out in the world from a place of being fulfilled, from a place of being whole. And that's also then what you're going to have in your aura and what you're going to be able to attract to you and reflect in you and mirror you. So I feel it's dangerous when people say, okay, now I'm 40 and I actually know what I need. Finally, I know what I need. And it's almost always feels like it's actually not even in your power to get it, because you think that you're going to go out and find it, or that somebody, white prince or princess, is going to come to you and fulfill you. So what I am saying is to reclaim your power and this is what makes me empowered. This is how I nurture myself. This is how I live my life. And we can trace it back to the lines of the personality sign or the life's work. If you're a first line, you're here to be empowered. You're here to investigate things. You're here to do creative things that make you feel empowered. That is what you need more than anything. It's actually not so much the other. You need to feel with the other that you can be empowered together. That would be the thing with the other. But that comes from you being empowered in yourself first. And the downside for the first line, of course, is the insecurity. And when you are having that aura insecurity, you are going to draw in people that are insecure in some way, repressive or reactive. And then the second line actually is this precise theme we're speaking about. It's the second line is all about relationship. It's all about merging. But here it's really also about fulfill yourself first, because otherwise it can lead to not feeling the complete merge and then being disappointed. The third line is all about dynamism. So that's also good to explain. Instead of saying, I need you to accept this in me, I need you to approve of this in me, it's so much more saying, I'm not consistent, I'm dynamic, this is how I work, this is how I feel fulfilled, this is how I feel playful, this is how I feel energy in my life. And then, see who resonates with that. And for the fourth line, I sometimes see something similar as with the second line. There is this, for the second line, is all about doing what we love and being nurtured by doing that. But then there can be this theme also a little bit of, like, okay, I'm here to do what I love. I'm here to have what I love in my life. I'm here to think about me first. And then again, it's like there's often like a slight disconnect of thinking that there is something outside yourself that is needed, or maybe it's about that heart connection, because the fourth line needs the heart connection and the trust. But there's almost like, probably it's that the fourth line, when the heart is not completely open in you and you expect the other to come to you with an open heart so you can open your heart finally and you don't have to be afraid of being betrayed, then it's not working. So it's about coming back to your own heart and whatever it needs to do, whether it's emotional release or whatever is needed, so that you can receive somebody fully. And for the fifth line is often this thing about really in relationship being able to show vulnerability, because there is this projection field. There's a lot of power for the fifth line. People don't really think you need anything. So that's kind of the opposite. Like the person will be like, you're so powerful, you don't need anything from me. And then the fifth line could be like, well, I need this and this and this and this. And because it's the first time kind of, that comes up in a more intimate setting. But for the fifth line, it's all about vulnerability. But again, vulnerability is not about this is what I need from you. Vulnerability is about speaking your truth and being able to show that side of you that not so many know of you. And then we have the sixth line. And the sixth line, when it comes to this particular thing in relationships, what is important here is the vision. So, but again, if you are not fulfilling yourself, living in alignment with your vision, you're going to meet people that are not going to look in that direction because you're not living in that direction. So they're going to resonate somehow with your disalignment with your purpose and your direction and your vision. So important for a sixth line to not compromise with your own trajectory, with your own direction, with your own dream. Because once you are nurtured by your own dream, you are going to be able to fulfill yourself with relationships where people can at least, have a similar big perspective as you. So I am I'm doing like this, it's so important to not come into a relationship, I feel, from like, this is what I need from you, because I feel like that's actually an aggression from the beginning, and it's not setting up a foundation or even like a playground for something positive to grow in there. Thank you.